Project Oasis, Organizing Science Teacher Team Meetings. Welcome to Oasis. Oasis advances an effective, scalable strategy to support upper elementary grade teachers and special education teachers to support all learners, especially students with disabilities, to engage in active science learning. The goal of this video is to introduce coaches to useful and effective strategies when building elementary teacher teams. These teams come together regularly throughout a school year to plan and problem solve around effective instruction. The teams may be made up of mixed roles, organized by content area or by grade level. In Oasis, the focus is on supporting teacher teams in science instruction. As a coach planning for your teacher teams, here are some important points to consider. When forming your team, include teachers who are invested in furthering their inclusive science practices. Have regularly scheduled times to meet and value that time by starting and stopping on time. Allow for adequate transition time for teachers to get food, use the restroom, or gather planning materials. Work to create team time that is a safe space for teachers to share experiences, express challenges, and move toward growth in their practices. This includes co-constructing group norms or community agreements in the first team meeting. Revisit these at the start of each meeting and remind the team that this is a safe space for productive discourse. The team meeting is not a place to vent frustrations. Assure your team that confidentiality is critical and will be maintained within the team. For each team meeting, establish goals and share an agenda so the team can work together toward meeting that goal. These meetings offer valuable time to reflect on the design of lessons to meet the needs of all students, including students with disabilities. Support each other to frame barriers in the environment, not in the students. This helps foster productive discussion of strategies to reduce barriers in the lesson goals, assessments, materials, and methods. Encourage all teachers to participate by trying out ideas they gained from the team meeting and bringing back observations about what worked or didn't go as planned. Share how the lesson design had an impact on student learning. Value the different ways each teacher contributes. Remember, you can use the Oasis coaching cycle to facilitate these meetings. To support group involvement and the flow of discussions, remember to facilitate and not necessarily lead the discussion. Teaching is hard work. Reassure teachers that they are not being analyzed. Remember the teacher and student confidentiality. These meetings are opportunities for productive brainstorming and to raise challenges in a respectful, collaborative way. All questions and thoughts are welcome and are never bad. Finally, remember, there is power in group wisdom, and these teams are an invitation to lean into discomfort in order to design for more inclusive science lessons for all students. Key takeaways for productive, meaningful team meetings. Create a safe space for teachers to share their ideas and discuss inclusive science practices. Establish clear goals and a meeting culture that supports inclusive lesson design. Facilitate productive brainstorming. Assure your team that confidentiality will be maintained. Encourage all teachers to try out the ideas and share impact on student learning.
To learn more, visit bit.ly/cast-oasis-project. Cast, until learning has no limits. Ideas that work. U.S. Office of Special Education Programs. The contents of this video were developed under a grant from the U.S. Department of Education, #H327S210014. However, those contents do not necessarily represent the policy of the U.S. Department of Education. You should not assume endorsement by the federal government. Project Officer, Anita Vermeer.